2, Aleph is 1. The last 3 plagues are in Parashat Bo. And plague number 9, the plague of the darkness. Plague number 8 is the Arubeh, the locust. Plague number 9, the Choshech, the darkness. And plague number 10, of course, the slave of the firstborn. And the creation of plague number 9, the darkness, is quite unique. The Torah says, Hashem says to Moses, stretch forth your hand toward the heaven, and there shall be darkness upon the land of Egypt, and the darkness will be tangible. The darkness will be tangible. Vayamesh choshech. And the Midrash says they actually could feel, could touch the darkness. So what is darkness usually? When the sun is set, is there actually real darkness in the world, or actually because the earth is moving and we're now on the side far away from the sun, there is the lack of light, right? But here it's actually tangible. There was new creation of darkness, something real that they could feel. And Rashi comments that this was important again, not only to teach the Egyptians about Hashem, but rather also for the people of Israel. Rashi says, why Hashem brought upon them darkness? Some people among the Jewish people were wicked. They did not want to go out, to leave Egypt. In those 3 days of darkness, Hashem actually killed those Jews who had lack of faith that Hashem would actually eventually take out the people from Egypt. Why it has to be in darkness, in complete darkness? Because otherwise the Egyptians will say, look, even the Jews are dying in the plague of darkness, and then Hashem is not protecting them. Therefore they have the plague like we have. The other one is about the people of Israel, giving them a chance to be rewarded. We know that during this time, the Jewish people went into the houses of the Egyptians, went into the houses of the Egyptians and looked into the vessels, into their houses, what they can take after that. So they knew, and that's what Rashi says, the Israelites went into the houses and looked into their homes, and after that, when that part of the reward, that the Jewish people had to go inside and ask him, can you please borrow me your beautiful candlebearer, your beautiful kiddushka, I want to have it. He said, no, I don't have anything. He said, no, you're lying, because I actually went into your house in the plague of darkness, and I saw you there, open the cupboard, I know exactly where it is. So the Israelites could see like normal sight, while the Egyptian had complete darkness, and again they could even feel that darkness. So Rashi says, they said, no, we have nothing. Exactly the place. That's fine. So Vayamesh Choshech means tangible darkness. Surprisingly, today's daf is giving us a little story. A similar verse that we have, this is chapter 3, daf 24, page 24b, in Masechet Megillah, Tractate Megillah. And Rabbi Yossi says, Kol yamai haiti mitztaer hamikra ze. Rabbi Yossi says there is a verse, the verse that we learn in Parashat Ki Tavo about the curses. One of the curses is when the Jewish people stray from the path of the Torah. Hashem says, Ve'ayita memashesh b'tzoraim, ka'asher yemashesh ha'aver ba'afela. You will touch, you will feel in the middle of the day. You're going to be so scared, right? Same as the blind goes in the darkness and try to find his way. Yeah, he touches everywhere. As Rabbi Yossi says, what's different for a blind man whether there is light or not light, right? He can't see. Correct? Anyway, if there is light or no light, doesn't make any difference for a blind man. He has to try and find his way and touch everywhere. Rabbi Yossi says, until something happened and I saw it live. מעשה לידי, פעם אחת הייתי מהלך באישון לילה. One time I was walking in the street in the middle of the night, באישון לילה ואפלה, complete darkness, right? Obviously not the same darkness as the plague, but apparently a very dark place. וראיתי סומא שהיה מהלך בדרך. I saw a blind man walking in that street, ואבוקה בידו, and he was holding a torch. That's very weird. אמרתי לו, בני, אבוקה זו למה לך? I asked him, this torch, why are you holding this torch? אמר לי, כל זמן שאבוקה בידי, בני אדם רואים אותי ומצילים אותי. It says, actually the torch is for other people to see me. And if I stumble and get stuck somewhere, I'm holding the torch, people come and rescuing me. רואים אותי ומצילים אותי מן הפחתים ומן הקוצים ומן הברקנים. So the people will save me from the pit, from some spiky corners, all that because I'm holding a torch. So I thought about it. This is really quite amazing, the connection between Vayamesh Choshech, as the Egyptian could really feel and touch the darkness, while the Israelites had complete light at the same time. So when we think of light and darkness, it also reminds us the verse, Kiner mitzvah v'torah or. Yeah, our mitzvot compares, this is in Mishlei, this is in Proverbs. King Solomon says, Kiner mitzvah, a mitzvah compares to a candle, while the Torah v'torah or. But the Torah compares to light, a bigger source of light. What's the difference between a candle and a torch, for example? You walk in a cave. You actually need both, right? Let's say there's a long cave, very dark. I don't know if you have a glow worms in Australia. In New Zealand, it's quite amazing to see the glow worms. So when you close to the glow worms, you can see your place. But if there's all the way through, it actually can show you the way inside the cave as well. So you have a candle. The candle show you your nearest spot. But in order to see further down the track into the cave, you need a bigger source of light. Correct? And that's exactly what the difference between mitzvah and the Torah. When I lay tefillin, when I daven, when I do a mitzvah for myself, then this is a source of light for myself. But in terms of light, that is not actually only enlightening myself, but rather other people and showing me a way of life, that's the Torah or. The Torah is the real guide for life, and this is the biggest source of light. Yeah? Makes sense the difference between a candle and a light. And I think this is exactly what we learn here. Through the darkness, through what the Egyptians are seeing, we can learn to ourselves when and what source of light we need to use in our life.